before we dive in, just an off-the-wall question.
Sure.
All this UAP, UFO stuff's going on in the news right now. Congress just had their first congressional hearing on it in, 50 years?
Yeah.
What do you think is going on here?
I think that when I've gotten at 53 years old now, smart enough to know that I don't know everything. And so while, I think probably 20 years ago I would have dismissed all this as nonsense, I don't know, I'm kind of open-minded now.
Yeah.
And so I think that clearly, the American people deserve to know if there is something to this or not. I will tell you, I've talked to pilots who've seen weird stuff. You and I have had a lot of, time dealing probably with Air Force and Navy, naval aviators. They see stuff.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies is a B-1 pilot. At the Air Force, and the Air Force still is now. And I said, what do you think about this? And he's like, I don't know. So I'd be open-minded. I think that as you get older, it's probably the right thing to do.
I'm open-minded. I always used to just write it off as testing, military's testing stuff, agencies testing stuff.
Drone stuff, who knows, all the experimental stuff. I mean, I think so many of these cases, happened out in the West, in Nevada, obviously testing grounds everywhere. It's funny, I've actually been to Roswell, New Mexico.
Really?
I have, and because before a deployment to Afghanistan, we went out there because the terrain is so similar, and so did some shooting, did some blowing stuff up out in New Mexico. So I don't know. I went to Roswell. I saw the little crazy UFO things, T-shirts everywhere. I don't know. Who knows? But I don't dismiss stuff. There might be an explanation one day. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.